Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and in a moment we're going to play Disney Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. It's kind of weird it's Disney and not Disney's. They're not saying it's possession, they're saying the name actually starts Disney, as in Disney Pirates. This is a game actually made by Disney Interactive Studio, a video game studio that doesn't exist anymore, and it was made in 2002 for PS2 and several other consoles, PS3, Xbox 360, DS, and I believe the Wii eventually. I have to confess to cheating a little bit here, and sadly I'm not going to help you find it. There's a patcher that you can find online that's on a website that Google swears is full of viruses. But I downloaded it anyways, and it forced the resolution into a widescreen, no black bars. And I'm going to use that, but for most people, the highest resolution you're going to be able to use is 1020 by 768 or 1080 by 768. I'm not sure which. And that's not very high, and it does leave black bars. Or you could have it at 640, or you could get it at 800 by 600, all of which doesn't really help. Widescreen just changes the aspect ratio, so you have a question of, do you want something to look a little wider than it probably should, or a little narrower than it probably should? And gamepad controller support is a nightmare. I had to come in here individually programming each button because every single thing is unassigned by default, just deciding what buttons I want to use. So here's my setup as it will show after you click on something, and then it says press a button for light attack, and then you hit a button. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, but there's no DirectX input here. Even walking with the left analog stick is not automatically detected. Even pausing is not detected, and it doesn't even work on the menu. Now also, it's worth saying that maybe some cutscenes won't play because I'm using this cheat to go to full screen, so I'll have to see about that later. And what's the treasure cove? Character treasures. These must be unlockables that we will get throughout the game, including achievements. Interesting. If I click on achievements, they are integrated into the game. That's how old this is. Most achievement systems now are built around this. Now, if you've been watching my channel, particularly in this time slot before, you've probably noticed I've only covered, or mostly been covering, Lego games. I was going to play Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and I can say playing that game on a console is probably going to be a better experience than playing this one. But all the Lego games on my PC have been stuttering, and after doing nearly 8 of them, and nearly 8 of them all stutter and lock up and have troubles for being poor PC ports, I'm done with TT games in their Lego series until there's some kind of patch or fix for that. So, trying to still cover kids games, we're doing this Disney game, and we'll try to cover some other Disney games because I have a few of them. But being Disney games, they probably aren't going to be that great from what I see on the reviews, and they're probably not going to be that long. But we have gone long enough. Let's start the game. New story. Obviously, you can't really force textures to get better.
You would sleep through your own hanging, Jack.
I'll just assume they'd wake me.
There's only 1 hour before daylight, Jack. 1 hour to escape the hangman's noose.
Escape? My favorite two-syllable word. You have a plan?
Always. Just follow my lead, eh?
So, controller is working. This button, light attack is working, strong attack is working, block is working, special combo grab attack is working, Cycling through weapons is working. I have that on the left bump. Using weapons, I don't have any. Seems like you have guns, chicken, and bombs. And moving. It's kind of funny to play a PS2 game because you're not going to press this to use a button, to use an item. Changing items by pressing these buttons, so none of the tutorial messages are going to be correct. Again, it can't detect or even know of the existence of an Xbox 360 controller on the PC version. That's kind of ridiculous. Now, for a 10-year-old game, the graphics and the textures in particular look bad. It certainly helps, in my opinion, to not have black bars on the side, but I don't think things are going to significantly improve if you did squish down the resolutions. Now, this doesn't seem like a game where I could platform, because if there was a forming button, then it wants me to use the interact button, which was what?
Hey, you!
I put it on the
careful.
left trigger.
The guards are all around here. Just chain your attacks and you can beat them easily. Now, quick! Behind you. You've been spotted.
Wow. So, press these buttons to attack.
Are you crazy to think you can battle me?
Press this button to grab. Thanks for telling me. Press this button and this button to perform a combo. I could see why they wouldn't have officially patched this game for a higher resolution, because these text items are not going to
Nice footwork there, mate.
get bigger. They're going to get smaller at higher resolutions.
Platform above. Then it's easy to get you across the chasm. Best of luck, stranger.
So I would say probably turn off the subtitles and just listen.
Thanks, mate.
Now, I want to approach games in this time slot that come out during this time on my channel as games that are potentially for kids, and I generally do that speaking to adults. And I would say immediately when you're doing Pirates of the Caribbean, you're encouraging some level of violence, probably more violence than you even see in the movie compared to this game. That's cool. But that's the only way to get up, too. And you can't talk to people that aren't here. And you can't attack people. I thought maybe I would kill him or knock him down. One or the other. So Disney games in the past, from what I've seen of them, have this tendency to be half platforming, half fighting. Which is there somebody I have to talk to first? Oh, this guy. And they seem to always be slightly half efforts. If I was just to generalize, Disney studios didn't really know what they were doing.
Just remember to block and wait for a real good moment to strike.
So the scale seems a lot bigger than what we saw in any of the movies. There is a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie coming out. That's why I'm playing this. And see, that was just a cutscene. And now press and hold this to defend. So the problem here is it almost needs to be hold to defend and then like defend and then attack defend XX, well, AAB. Let's see, I need to block this and then AAB. AB. Apparently, you probably can only do light attacks. How much health do I have left? I have 60. So let's go ahead and eat a chicken. And that got me to 82.
Good to see neither my skills nor my blade have grown rusty.
That did to me feel pretty bad as a interface. Or as a fight mechanic. It didn't seem great. I guess I'm gonna climb down this ladder after I talk to this guy.
Someone told me that all the loot the guard stole from us is stashed in a hidden room above the armory. Seems a shame to be locked up like that. If you know what I mean, eh?
Yeah, it'll be a little interesting actually to have some collectibles in this.
God bless you.
Notice the gates close again, so you can't come back. And then now I could use the ladder, but I don't think I could before. Yeah, Disney Studios is a weird one. They got into Disney Infinity, which was a Toys to Life game, and it I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting block.
You have a fate.
So now use this. I would argue that this game's a little more difficult than it should be. Considering there was no difficulty setting, that seems a little unfriendly for kids. Yeah, so Disney Studios did Disney Infinity and spent a lot of money investing in that, trying to beat Skylanders. And at the end of the day, even Skylanders, I don't think really has been a major profit maker for them. It's just too expensive to make toys with NFC chips in them that will connect. So that's the main story area. So this must be what they're calling the armory. I see a couple cannons, but I don't inherently call this an armory. Well, I'm shooting a cannon for some reason. To blow up a door, alright. So there's a little bit of platforming, and there's a little bit of items. And we can get gold in here, and what will we do with the gold is an interesting question. We have 271 now. We slide down over here. Can't interact with that again.
Don't bother yelling.
Here, do those look like some pretty general? Now my life is going down pretty badly.
You'll remember this is the day.
Soon I cut you into food.
Like, I'm not sure.
Did you take a wrong turn out of the scullery?
A lot of conversation going on. Like, maybe I should go for a strong attack with that guy. Your health is at maximum. I'm not sure what the gun would have done. I'm not sure what the bombs would have done. I'm not sure what the daggers would do. This really doesn't feel like At World's End. Unless I haven't watched that movie. I may have not. It's been a long time. Like 10 years ago. The boxes seem to be detecting that I need a decent amount of chicken and handing them to me, so it's helping me a little bit there. And Jackanism. You're about to encounter Jackanism. A Jackanism is an enhanced action sequence where you help Jack defeat his enemies. At key points throughout the Jackanism, you will see an action prompt in the bottom left screen. You must perform this action to continue the Jackanism. You have one chance to complete the Jackanism, but you do pull off your notoriety bonus and special reward. This isn't going to work well with the controller because it won't give me the right prompts at all. In fact, it won't give me keyboard prompts either, so I'm going to have to instantly turn what is effectively a QuickTime event. Press the icon that is how to play. Press the icon that is displayed. Repeatedly press the icon that is displayed and all 3 lights are lit. Until all 3 lights are lit. Single icon. Press the icon that is displayed. Sequence. Press each in the order that it shows until all 3 are lit. Prison Fortress Jackanism. Complete this Jackanism for the Pirate Disc Charm Card 01. Let's see. And I failed. I got the attack and then immediately failed, and that's a major problem. I think the last thing I think you want with a parent is to have a game that irritates and frustrates young kids. I don't know how young you would particularly want a kid playing this game anyways, or honestly, the Pirates of the Caribbean Disney movies pretend like they are for like 10-year-olds, and they have kind of the mentality of a 10-year-old, but I think I'd probably let a 12-year-old or maybe a 14-year-old play it, and I'd say maybe 12 at earliest. What does this do? Lowers the bridge. Kind of want to go back out here. There's 3 switches to play. So, yeah, I just don't think you would want your child frustrated with something like that. And so you get to a similar issue I've had with the Lego games, where it's probably better for young kids to just wish you could like ring the bell and try that Jackanism again. It's probably better just to let kids play on a console and play console versions of games. They've been better tested. They've been better thought out. They run better quite often. You still have to do a level of research, and a higher level of research than you probably should, but this entire element of a game that has not that many elements is already proven itself to be something I won't do successfully at all. So this is weird. This guy, I'm trying to kill this guy because he has a significant amount of health. And let's see. Let's see. Dodge. And I can't seem to trigger this one. Wow, that didn't work either.
Like a duck with one foot.
I got him down to 70. These heavy attacks seem like they might be just intentionally breaking block and defense breaking attacks. So it's not completely unheard of for heavy attacks to work that way. And the heartbeat issue is going to be an issue too. It's like, well, let's see. If I use this and throw a knife, nothing happens. And then I just do 2 knives. Man, maybe I need to move my controls around and put the B button as the block.
Jack Sparrow.
I'm not sure, but I would severely guess this is not the actual actor that plays Captain Jack Sparrow doing the voice acting. Let's see. Use. That's a bomb. That worked. But I'm dead.
How dare you think you
And
can
see, that
fight
puts
me?
you right back here. And this one just does not seem like it wants to work. And that took out 5 of his health alone. It's easier to try and just power your way through this with the heavy attacks than it is to try to do all the tricks. It seems like the game has a decent checkpointing system, but the game also doesn't seem to give you any extra chickens or extra health. I could see younger kids having trouble with this. I could see certain spots in this game. There's very little going on here as far as areas and textures. When there's multiple enemies around, it becomes almost like a Assassin's Creed battle, which I've recently been playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood for a retrospective, and it's similar. There's always an enemy thinking about attacking you. Look at this wall of fog. And that's Prison Fortress.
Company, Jack. Lots of company.
And very gentle
This close, Jack. Here's what you've got
bad
to do
guys.
now. Savvy? You have to find the elusive gypsy Tia Dalma. She's in Port Royal somewhere.
I guess I
She
didn't
can
watch
help
this
you
movie.
rally the parted brethren, Jack, and that's the only
I'm thinking
thing
of the
that's
first
safe on
one.
skins.
Normally I would oblige, however, regrettably and lamentably, there's not a sail in sight.
And so he just pushes him in the coffin. And he has to sail in the coffin using a very low polygon count skeleton hand foot. And then he gets on this ship.
Bootstrap Bill Turner on the Black Pearl.
For old time's sake, I'd be here to warn you. Davy Jones is on his way. He demands his due. Get yourself off these waters, Jack. You're a soul for the Pearl, Jack. It was a deal you made. What you owe him. So run, Jack. Run, get to land.
Topside! Everyone, make sail!
So it's a little weird to play the third movie, the third game of the third movie. But sadly, this is the only one that's available besides Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, which covers the first 4 movies. I think there were 4, at least the first 3 I know, and would be a better experience. And it seems as we have gone through this first level, I can pretty much guarantee you'll probably have more fun for a younger kid to play that game. If they ever fix the Lego games to actually run on PCs, or my PC in particular, I might go back and actually cover that. But otherwise, I can't really recommend this game. It's just too old, and it's gonna it's a little violent for young kids. We're gonna go through the rest of it, and it's not gonna be that long of a game either. As you can see, it's barely been 25 minutes with me failing and dying to get through this first level, and I bet there's not that many levels. That's going to be it for this first recording. As always, I end my episodes the same way. I ask you to like, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell to get notifications when you subscribe. Comment down below and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me with YouTube, tells them that my videos are worth watching. If you want to friend or follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, or Battle.net, all of those links are down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.